Hello, friends. Happy New Year to all of you. So action must be taken. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has just made an important announcement. Both Democrats and Republicans are pushing to reach a spending deal in order to prevent a government shutdown in just a few weeks. But many experts have noted that this could mean compromises and changes to major programs' budgets. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, friends, every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways.
Once again, I think so many of us around this table love our gas stoves, right? In New Mexico, we love the gas stoves because we can make our tortillas on them and our delicious red chili and all of the things that both feed our souls and our panzas. But I agree with you, Representative Scanlon, that when I go to buy a new appliance, and we're talking about new appliances, I really do appreciate the fact that they get more efficient and more efficient over time, because it does save money, and that the proposed rule that we're talking about here actually says it might save from $650 million to $1.7 billion for the consumers. I know I am paying less in electricity when I replaced some of my appliances. So the concept is very good. But the other thing that when we take the time, the precious time, to consider these bills, we are also not addressing some of the really important problems that affect America. So Biden doesn't want to ban gas stoves. Congress isn't going to barge into homes and haul away your existing gas stoves. But what Congress could be doing is taking up Social Security forms consistent with the Social Security 2100 Act, which would guarantee the solvency of a program millions of Americans rely on and needs our support. 83% of Americans want us to protect and expand Social Security benefits, but we're not taking that up, even though it's very popular. Why aren't we putting on the House floor the Dream and Promise Act to create an earned path to citizenship for dreamers, which 71% of Americans support? They want us to be doing this work. So instead of doing this really important work, we are taking up sort of something that got blown out of proportion. And I really wish we were spending our time on the issues that overwhelming majorities of Americans want us to do. And I look forward to, whenever I get around to buying my new gas stove, having it even be more efficient, because nobody's banning gas stoves. And, my son is in culinary. He wants to continue using his gas stove. And so I'm going to make sure he gets to keep doing that.
According to NBC News, lawmakers in Congress have stepped up negotiations over how much the government should spend, signaling cautious optimism ahead of a nearing deadline to prevent a government shutdown. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer told reporters today, "We've made real good progress on the budget negotiations, and we're getting quite close. I'm hopeful we can get a budget agreement soon." So Congress faces two shutdown deadlines in the coming weeks, the first on January 19th and the second on February 2nd. Chuck Schumer did not release all details of the discussions, which are being held among leaders of the Democratic-controlled Senate and the GOP-led House. Experts say they are trying to reach a top-line deal on how much the government should spend, as House Republicans insist on spending less than established under the bipartisan budget deal, which was struck last May. A source familiar with the talks said that they're moving along and that it appears we'll reach an agreement soon on a dollar amount that includes less spending in fiscal year 2024 than was in the budget deal. That is, without any cuts to defense spending. Republicans are targeting cuts to a side pot of $69 billion in domestic non-military funding that was part of the budget deal. alongside a spending cap of $1.59 trillion. It remains to be seen whether the two parties can come to a new agreement. This is as Democrats have criticized the GOP for going back on the earlier deal struck by former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and President Biden. Speaker Mike Johnson told reporters, "We have been working in earnest and in good faith with the Senate and the White House virtually every day through the holidays, trying to come to an agreement. Negotiations are still ongoing. One obstacle to a deal is the House Freedom Caucus. It is a group of conservative lawmakers who want to cut the entire side agreement." A Freedom Caucus spokesperson said they still oppose any deal that would add to the $1.59 trillion level and pointed to their group statement Friday, blasting the use of disingenuous gimmicks to secure separate funding for the programs. So even if Congress reaches a deal on a spending level, it would be a first step to meeting the two-part deadline of January 19th and February 2nd to keep our government funded. Congress would still have to hammer out how to allocate the money across departments and agencies. I know that many of you are wondering how Social Security would be affected. According to lawmakers, you will continue to receive your Social Security checks even if the United States government shuts down. This is what the Social Security Administration has said in its latest contingency plans for a potential government shutdown. But it's likely that the SSA would be partially closed. Services that are not directly related to payment benefits and those not critical to direct service operations would stop until the government reopens. If the shutdown lasts more than 5 days, the SSA would reevaluate the number of employees necessary to perform critical operations, as it did during the 2013 shutdown. Just a few months ago, when there was another possibility of a government shutdown, the VA secretary told reporters that there would be no impact on veteran health care. However, he also stated that outreach services to veterans would be stopped, public-facing regional offices would be closed, and many regular operations would not be available. Other agencies, including the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, would continue to provide essential services, albeit with a reduced staff. That means that in the event of a funding lapse, Medicare as well as Medicaid programs and services would continue. The U.S. government categorizes Medicare and Medicaid as well as Social Security as mandatory programs that are funded by existing laws, and so they do not require an annual vote by Congress to keep running. Well, my great and beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you so much, friends, for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, every Friday I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, simply click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. Remember, friends, the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you so much and have a wonderful and very blessed week.